Hey guys, we have Monday Live. This is a little bit different than the normal Monday Live. Amina is out, Sterling is out, so I got Gerard and Matt, and a whole bunch of things that just happened. The most incredible thing ever just happened. Well, it happened the other day. It's been happening. President Trump just put together a peace treaty. They returned 20 live hostages to Israel, and Israel returned a whole bunch of prisoners that they had to Hamas and whoever. And now they had this morning, all morning, 20 presidents of 20-something different countries meeting with Trump, trying to make this peace treaty go through and last. It's an incredible feat. He just got the biggest award you can get from the Israeli government. I have some Israeli friends on my phone and stuff that I've been talking to for years. They all call me up today, congratulating the United States and President Trump. And I just had some other people calling me up. Even the people, the news stations and people who hate him, never talk good about him, they're praising him. We just made an agreement with the thing with Hamas and Israel and that war. He may have stopped this whole thing. And he brought in all of these countries, Muslim, Arab, president from different countries, Italy, France, all Canada, everywhere. Today is an historic moment for the United States. I think he has brought the whole country together. I think he brought the whole world together today. I mean, he's done something that is just, whether you hate him or not, you just can't deny this, what he's done right now. I mean, this is probably the biggest deal that's happened in history. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And you guys talk about it, think about it, and converse about it yourselves, and look at it. It's all over television, every single. He even thanked the news media for reporting it properly, because the whole news media, every single station, every single thing you look at, it's historic what he just did. They can't even deny it. So even if they don't like him, they're praising what he's done. I mean, it's an incredible move, but hopefully with all these countries backing it, I mean, all the major countries involved are backing it 100,000%. So hopefully this will work, and this war will be over. We've been hearing about it for years and years, hundreds of years. And it maybe the United States brought it to an end. Through Donald Trump. So that's something that's a tremendous day. He also did another thing that's a big thing for us Italians. This is Columbus Day, I believe. And he changed it back. They had changed it. The woke people changed it from Columbus Day to the Indigenous Day. And they took it away from us. Trump put it back in place. He changed it back to being Columbus Day. It belongs to the Italians. Now, we care about the indigenous people. They should have a holiday. But you can't take away our holiday to make it somebody else's. You want to have the indigenous people deserve a holiday, but not by taking away Columbus Day, an Italian holiday. So he's given us back that holiday. It's Columbus Day. It belongs to the Italian people. And give the indigenous people another day, make it a holiday, so they deserve it. But that's the right way to do it, not to take away from one to give it to another one. So that's a little bit of a celebration for Italian people. I know I've gotten tons of calls about that, so I wanted to mention that. The third thing I wanted to mention, there was a guy in my crew, Johnny Holmes. I'm going to give you a little bit of a story about him. He died a long time ago. His wife died, but he was in my crew. His daughter, Christina, was left alone and got in touch with me. She knew who I was, and she calls me Uncle Sammy. I'm not really her uncle, but she called me Uncle Sammy. And she called my daughter her cousin and my son her cousin. That was through feelings. It's not, official, but through her feelings. And she was alone with a kid. I helped her for quite a few years, money-wise, when she didn't have enough money or something. I would help her with something. Not a lot, but something. And later on, I hooked her up with my friend Emily. She's from California, a good friend of mine. She works for the state of Arizona, state worker, an important worker. And I asked Emily if she could help her get housing. And Emily jumped in right away, got in touch with somebody, and got her housing. And Emily liked her very much and helped her. At Christmas time, she asked me, Sammy, I'm going to give her some Christmas presents, her and her kid. And I said, yeah, go right ahead. So I always helped her the best that I could. And Emily helped her quite a bit. She just passed away. Just a matter of days ago, Emily notified me that she was sick. She got some sort of virus or something, and she was in the hospital. She died in the hospital. So I want my friends and family and members, my son, my daughter, my ex-wife, everybody, and my friends on the show to pray for her and pray for her little kid. I believe her kid is 5 years old. The father is dead. The mother is dead. Everybody's dead. She has a sister, a younger sister, that they didn't get along and talk. So I'm really concerned about this 5-year-old kid. What's going to happen? I hope the sister steps to the plate, puts the feelings and arguments out of the way and takes care of the kid. I'm asking Emily to check with the people in that state, with her connections there. I would like to just be quiet for 5 or 10 seconds, and all of you guys pray for the kid, and she's returned with her father. Johnny Holmes has been dead for quite a while. I just said a small prayer myself. I hope you all gave a prayer for this kid and this situation. Her name was Christina Holmes. She's only 42, or was 42 years old. It's so sad, the situation. And those are the situations that came up today. We were a little late. We're shorthanded, like I said. And all of these things are happening with our country, Trump, hostages. I mean, so many things going on today. I wish they would unclose the government, do something. Historic things are happening. Open the fucking government and work out your differences, because the country is about to suffer with all kinds of different consequences, higher prices, insurance, and this and that. Stop with the bullshit. Open up the country. And then figure out your differences somewhere else.
Perfect, boss. Hey guys, if you don't know me, my name is Matt. I was the audio guy a while back. Thank you for tuning in for another live. Real quick, boss, I got a couple questions for you. Before we start, I wanted to remind everyone just to hit that like button and subscribe. And follow Sammy on all his other platforms, Patreon, Instagram, TikTok, our thing. You can get a subscription there as well if you want to stay up to date on what we're doing and everything we're working on. But you know what? Without further ado, let's get started. David McCallip from YouTube had a question for you, Sammy. He said, "Hello, Sammy. I hope you are doing well. I've always enjoyed your videos. One question I have is that there was a large Italian community in the Minneapolis and St. Paul area, so much so that the patron saint of the Italians has a statue in the St. Paul Cathedral. However, I never heard of a Mafia presence here. Can you speak to any knowledge you may have of any Mafia family in the Twin Cities? I look forward to your next video. Have a great day.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about if there was any Mafia families there. I've never heard of them, and I've never dealt with them, so I'm not sure. But every place there was an Italian, a big Italian presence. I'm sure there was somebody there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you got another question from one of your loyal subscribers, Redman. You know Redman.
Yeah, how you doing, Redman?
He said, Sammy, I remember you talking about the George Rush story. My question is, why do you think that Robert Scarpassi went to you guys in the first place if he was with the Genovese family? Was he trying to leave that family and end up with you guys? And whatever happened to Robert Scarpassi after Chin gave him the pass because you asked him to? Did Robert end up with you guys? Did he have to leave town? Did you see him anymore?
No. And the reason he gave us the offer, I was friendly with the family. My ex-wife and his sister were very close friends. It was a close community. We all knew each other. I knew his brothers. They used to play in my game, poker and stuff like that. And I knew him as well. He was close with Louis Melito. When he found out about what was going on, he went to Louis Melito. Louis Melito called me up, and we went down to his house, and we spoke to him, and we found out everything we were supposed to find out. Now, he belonged to the Genovese family. He bypassed that through our friendships, and he shouldn't have. He should have went to them first. But nothing happened to them after the meeting that I had with Chin. They chased him because he should have went to them first. So where he went after that, I don't really know. He was with his brothers, and there was a funeral home, Scapacci Funeral Home. They had money. He hung out. He didn't get in trouble. He didn't get killed. He might even still be alive, for all I know. But that's how the whole thing happened, and he never got made, and I don't remember him being with any other family. He was always bouncing around. In a life, when you have and you're with a family, you got to stick to that family first. You could have friends outside the family, but your family business is your family business. You don't bounce somewhere. And that's why when I talk with Chin, I knew he was going to kill him. They don't like that. And it embarrassed them in a way, how I found out and everything like that. But the meeting with Chin was good. He asked me for a favor to save 2 of those kids. I said okay. He said okay about not killing Scapacci. He lived up to his word. I lived up to mine. And where he wound up, I don't know. He may have stopped being in the Mafia, stopped hanging out, and stayed with his family. I advised him to do that because he was a loose cannon. So sooner or later, he was going to fuck up again. And that's what happens. You could save somebody once or twice. After a while, you keep making fucked up mistakes, you're going to die. So maybe he stuck close to his family. One of his brothers, I was closer with his brother, died after that, soon after that. And so the sister was alive for a long time. And like I said, she was very close friends with my ex-wife and sister-in-law, and they all grew up together. So we knew them. We had a relationship with them, friendship. So that's how it ended up.
And just so you guys know, I do see all your super chats coming in. We'll get to those. And you know what? Let's get to some of them right now. Don't want to keep you guys waiting. So first off, Il Gato is in the chat. I see you, Il Gato. We know you here.
How you doing, El Gato?
He gave you $2 for coffee. You love your coffee. We got a donation in the super chat from Anonymous Tree 6. He asked, Do you know any Italian mafia? My great uncle was in there. Bennigan was his name. Did you know Bennigan? He was from Sicily.
No, no, I don't think so. The name isn't ringing the bell.
Brandon won from the super chat as well. He asked, "What's your favorite food, Sammy?
My favorite what?
Favorite food?
Food?
Yeah.
Lasagna, ravioli. I mean, I'm in a bug for Italian food. I do like Chinese food and other different kinds of food, Mexican food, but Italian food is my favorite. Lasagna, raviolis, all different kinds of Italian dishes.
We got Liam Patrick. He sent you a very generous donation of $20. Why did John make Carmine Agnello? He said, I read Carmine was very abusive to John's daughter, Victoria. Did you have any dealings with Carmine?
He was John's son-in-law. I didn't have any interactions with him at all. He owned a car wrecking yard or something. He was half a legitimate guy. John made him. I don't know of any stories where he was abusive to John's daughter. I think he would have been dead. If he did that, John would have probably killed him. So I don't believe those stories unless after John was dead and gone. So I never heard anything like that. He was pretty tough with his hands. He was a working guy. He really shouldn't have been a made guy, but John made him. He was making his brothers. He was making everybody around him to give him more strength. So he wasn't a bad guy. Like I said, he was a tough guy in a way. I don't think he did any work. He shouldn't have been in the life. And he was John's son-in-law. And I never dealt with him.
Liam Patrick, thank you so much for the very generous donation of $20. Car guy Mike in the super chat. He just had a very heartwarming message. He said, I appreciate you and your team. God bless you all. Prayers for the 5-year-old sent out in Jesus' name. I have a question. Did you ever hear of a name Mike Manfredo?
Yes, I did. The name is for me. I can't picture the place. You got to tell me who he was with, where he was. But Mike Manfredo. Manfredo's a familiar name to me for some reason.
If you guys ever want to ask Sammy a question about a Mafia guy, be sure to give us your nickname. Sometimes Sammy knows the nickname better. Next up, we got Jordan Armstrong in the super chat. He said, did you know Al Darko?
Al Diaco, yes, I did. I had quite a few run-ins with him. He was the captain in the Genovese Lucchese family. He was acting on a committee of acting bosses, three guys were one gas pipe, and Vic were on the lamb. I didn't like him. I had a couple of meetings with him, a couple of arguments with him, and I don't want to talk about people too much in a negative way. I don't do that too much, but I didn't like him at all.
Understandable. We got another comment this one's from Il Gatto. This one, I like this question, Il Gatto. Sammy, have you ever heard of the Japanese kind of version of the Mafia? They're called the Yakuza.
They're samurais, I believe.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
I think they're samurais. I heard of them. Never in real life dealing with any of them. I heard about them through movies and stuff like that. There was a live group of them. They're very dangerous people, honorable people, and but I never really dealt with them in any way. They were very close-knit, quiet group of people, mostly in Japan. So no, I really didn't have not much to do with them at all.
Lindy60 in the super chat, she just said, I believe every word you say, Sammy. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I try to stay, within bounds. It's not that I'm lying or saying anything that's not true, but I try and stay in bounds with certain people. They'll talk about people who are dead. I don't want to talk about people who are dead in a negative way. I don't really do that. But I try to be as truthful as possible.
Prod Gamer, he asked, he said, Sammy, I never heard you go in depth about how you moved large sums of money. Did you just walk around with large duffel bags everywhere? How did you assure those moves were safe?
No, I didn't move around with large. I stashed it in different stashes that I had. I had stashes that were in my house, in my yard, that I had built. I had a couple of stashes in a couple of places. I carried around money just like everybody else, a larger amount. I always had $2,000-3,000 in my pocket, something like that, just in case I needed money. And I never walked around just because I had money with 40, 50,000 on me or large bags of money. I never did that unless I needed that money to give a loan or do something.
Yeah, we actually did a video on this just a while back about how the Mafia moved their money around and how they kind of managed their business fronts. And I remember, Sammy, you talking about most of the money you said was washed. You washed it through business fronts. Is that right?
Yeah. Or I bought different things, gold, jewelry, and hid that. So, yeah, we did a video about that.
Yeah, go check it out if you guys want to hear more about that. Okay, and we got, just like that, we got more comments from the super chat. Brandon in the super chat, he's asking us if we could do a video on your tattoos, Sammy. Would you be down for that?
I think I did a video on my tattoos. It's really not such a big deal. It was just tattoos. On my arm, it's Japanese art. I was with a Japanese guy in prison, and I looked at their artwork, and I had a guy look at that, and I did, my left arm is, flowers and different things. It's Japanese art. And on my right arm, I had AB guys, and I got some tattoos with that. And nothing was, tremendous that there's some sort of major meaning to it.